We got 10 waiting on YouTube.
Oh, they can hear us now. Hey, welcome. It's Tech for Senior Live. I think we are live. Welcome. Let me just get the comments up here. Yes, welcome everybody to Tech for Senior Live on Thursday morning. Great music, Hewie. Wow, that's super. And coffee and music, what would pump you up more?
Yep, we're here.
You're here. You're here. Bob's here. Yes, indeed. So for all those who are watching the show, just let you know that Tech for Senior Live is a live broadcast today. It's broadcast using StreamYard, not our usual Zoom meeting, which we have on Mondays. And this streams to YouTube and Facebook, which of course it is recorded as well with that. The show is about an hour long, or until we get tired of talking, right? And then, or we run out of things to talk about, which seems to be never. Today we don't have a special guest today, but if you would like to be a special guest on Tech for Senior Live, just contact us and we'll have a little interview and see if we can arrange it, and we'll get you on. So we do have a guest for the next 2 weeks. Again, it is recorded, and if you have trouble finding your way around, you can go to our website, which of course is www. You have to put the www in, and tech4senior.com, and that will give you the website. And of course, we all welcome you to come to the Monday show, which is of course Bob and Hewie and I are there. And on our Monday show, it is a Zoom meeting, and you need the Zoom ID, which of course you'll find on our website, and you can come and have a listen to the Monday show. Today it was a social chit chat. We have everyone got their coffee? I've got the coffee. Bob's got his coffee. Well, Hewie, it's afternoon there, isn't it? What time is it over in Florida?
It is afternoon. It's 3 minutes afternoon.
Yeah, I don't drink coffee after 12 either, so I'm just getting up. So hey, I haven't talked to you for a little while. How the heck are you doing? What you had a big deal last night, didn't you?
This whole week has been big. Monday we had our Tech for Senior show.
Yeah.
Tuesday I did a presentation to a group in Michigan on ID theft. Last night I did the presentation for the Sarasota Technology User Group, STUG, and I did it on Evernote.
Mhm.
Today we have this show, and tomorrow STUG has a forum on Windows 10 tips, tricks, and tech talk, and it's hosted by Dave Gerber. And Dave was in an automobile accident a few months ago, and he's since had 4 operations on one of his eyes, and he's still having a lot of pain and so on. So I'm going to fill in for him tomorrow, and that's at noon.
So
And we
you
do
have
open
been,
that, and so we do open that to anybody. If anyone's interested, contact me, and I'll send you the link to register.
Yeah. Busy times. Bob, how the heck are you? You're muted, by the way. Your mute button's on there. There you go.
I didn't want to interrupt the music.
You're probably dancing. You're probably dancing in the background, right?
You got it. I've also been busy, and for us, we had a special election on Tuesday. And election, if you work the election, you're there at 6 a.m, and you don't get finished until 8 o'clock at night. And I got news for you. I'm starting to feel my age when I have to work that long. Even if it's not physical, it doesn't matter. The body just doesn't want to do that stuff anymore.
You need those 2 o'clock naps.
Well,
you got it.
Yeah, that is true. You know,
Yep.
I do much better in the morning by about 2 o'clock, particularly if you have a big lunch. That's a killer.
Yep.
You know, you just want to have that afternoon zizz, right? But I guess that's part of what we do. We have some people, you guys. We have some people in the audience. Olive Cousin is here from sunny Oregon. And I can tell you that I don't know what it's doing here. The weather, we've had a really nice couple of weeks, really hot, but the weatherman says things are going to change over the next couple of weeks. So life is a bit different. And of course, Detler's here from Berlin. So we're broadcasting internationally all over the world. We can say that's pretty cool, eh? We have some stuff from Germany, which we're going to talk about today too, just for everyone. We have Richard Clarkson is here from Monrovia, California. Welcome, Richard. We see Richard is part of the Tinkering with Tech group that we meet once a day with. Thank you so much for coming. Olive Cousin, I lived in Grants Pass for 7 years. Yeah, I go through Grants Pass when we head down to Arizona. Yes. Very nice area, but it's always Grants Pass is always neat because you want to get through Grants Pass so you don't get snowed on when I'm heading down there. Olive says, I agree with Ron about seeing 84 people on the Monday show. That was good to see on a holiday. For one, made sure that I was there for Ron's watch review. Yeah, that's good. Well, we wondered, you guys, we thought how many people are going to be there because it was a holiday, right?
Right.
But I guess people stayed home and they all watched the show because there were a whole bunch of people, right? And we have Bob Baxter from sunny Seattle. Yep. And we have Liz Milford from Ohio. Yes. And we have Stu from Dunedin, Florida. I like that name, Dunedin. It's a good Scottish name, eh? Is that far from you, Hewie?
No, it's actually Robin has a sister who lives part of the year in Dunedin. They just purchased a home there. But Robin and her sister went to high school in Dunedin.
Is it on the water? Is it on the water?
It's north of Clearwater.
Okay.
So, which is north of Tampa, northwest.
Lots of news this week, and one of the things that was out was, of course, the new Fire 10 tablet, right? And I thought we'd maybe open up and talk a little bit about tablets. I just want to let everybody know that I should have got it out, darn it. I have the original Fire tablet, the original Kindle Fire tablet, the very first one that was ever made, I bought, right? I was one of the first of that, initially came out and they made so many, and within 2 months they were all sold out, and then you weren't able, but I had one of the original ones. So I was very early on with the Fire tablet, And then Gail and I taught a fire tablet course for about 5 or 6 years down in Arizona, and so it's sort of, we've had lots of experience with them, but they've got a new one. What coming out, right, Hewie? There's a new one coming out.
Actually, I think you can. They're delivering it. It's shipping now.
Is it shipping now?
It's the 2021 version,
Right.
and I think I mentioned this last week that that it just bugs me. They call them the same, give them the same name, and they just put the year in. And if they don't have the year, you're not sure which one it is.
Well, that's was one of my worries, because there's a lot of the different versions of the 10 out there, and so it's when you go on and you buy it on online, it can be a problem because you might get the wrong one, eh? So this is what is it called? The Fire 10 HD 2021, right?
Right, something similar to that.
Right.
And there's a cheaper model. It's $150 US, and that has 3 gigabytes of RAM. A memory, and the 100. What's the other one? I think it's 179, 180. In other words, I think it's got 4 gigabytes of RAM.
Mm-hmm.
Not a lot of difference between the two of them, but there's, and I think both of them come with either 32 or 64 gigabytes of storage. Plus, it has the ability, you can put in a mini SD card.
SD card
up to a terabyte.
Yeah. Now, the other thing that's interesting, that's new on these, is the Microsoft. Of course, you have the Microsoft Office, which is an Android app, and that will come on all the Fire HD, the new ones that we were talking about. It will come as an app that's pre-installed on there, which of course you can use on any Android phone or Chromebook, which is fine. But also, on the $210 model, they have an option for Microsoft 365, which is a 1-year subscription. And this can be tacked on if you have an existing Microsoft 365 subscription, and you might have 2 months left, and then you buy one of these devices. You can add that subscription to your Microsoft account, and it extends it on for 1.2 years, then I guess. So it's big changes in that. Plus, I was looking. Did you saw that video, Hewie, on how to add the Play Store? Apparently, real easy now. Excuse me, to add the Play Store to the.
Yeah, it really should come with it, but you can add it.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. And what might be coming up soon, which makes this even a better deal? Bob, you got any ideas about that?
Yeah, something to do with Amazon, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know how many more things I can possibly purchase. It's getting to a point where my wife says, "Listen, the guy who delivers all this stuff spends more at the house than I do."
Right. Exactly, and it's so easy to do.
Well, like I always say that I didn't order anything for a week, and Amazon called me and said, "Everything all right?"
Yeah,
we haven't heard from them.
Yeah, I know. So yeah, Amazon Prime Day. What is it? 22nd, 23rd this month?
22nd and 23rd.
Yep.
I'm going to probably get Robin one of those Fire tablets if they have a good price on it that day. So I'm holding off until then to get it.
Mm-hmm. One of the things I wanted to just remind everyone, though, and I like your guys' opinion on this. One of the things that is interesting is in the United States, the iPhone, it's unique because the iPhone is actually 48% of the people buy the iPhone as a phone. Like Apple's done a good job of selling iPhones there. Rest of the world, not so much, 23% in the rest of the world. But in the United States, so when we're talking to an audience, it is most likely half of those people have an iPhone. And one of the things that I get concerned about is if you have an iPad, the iPad seamlessly links to all the Apple stuff on the iPhone. So is really putting a Fire tablet into a mixed up, if you had a Windows machine and then you have an iPhone and then you bought a Kindle tablet or a Fire tablet, now you got 3 operating systems. I think it would make much more sense just to get an iPad, even if it's more money. Don't you? What do you guys think about that?
It depends on how much money is in the wallet.
Yep.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah, $149. You're not going to get an iPad unless it's either a very old model or it's used.
Or it's not working anymore.
Yeah.
I guess, yeah. Interesting though. Interesting times. Well, yeah, we'll have to watch and see what the prices of these drop on. Let's just we got a whole bunch more comments here. Let's see what's going on. Richard said, I went to Michael Daniels Tech Tip with Ron. No tip for that day though. Yeah. We had a nice chat. Gerald Smith from West Seattle. Very good. Richard, how was Grants Pass for you? Ron, does your original? I don't know. I haven't plugged it in. It probably does. You know, it had the old carousel. I don't know if you remember. Do you remember? Do you have the one of the original ones here? It had this interesting proprietary software on it, which it doesn't anymore. It looks like an Android tablet now, but it was a carousel, and it sort of you went and you moved it around. So the software was a bit different. But remember, we're talking this device came out about the same time the iPad did, or maybe even before. I can't remember. So it's a long time ago, and it was a competition to the iPad.
I won an Asus Nexus 7 many years ago, and I didn't believe I won it. I thought it was a scam.
Oh,
And
really?
I had to go do some searching and send an email saying, "Is this for real?" and so on. And they actually shipped it to me, and I actually had it for several years. It finally
Really?
died, but
It
was fun. It was fun playing with as well.
Now,
I never had the Fire one.
So let me ask you this: if someone phones you up today and say you won an iPad, what would be your first inclination? I'd hang up.
I do a search on their name. That's what I did, and I found the name to be somebody who worked for Asus. They had an article on a blog or something, so I was able to match the name to Asus. So I figured, well, there's a good chance it's somebody that works for them. Did send it to me, and send me the note, and so I sent them back questioning the whole thing, and then they again sent it back to me saying, yes, it's for real, and we need your address to send it to. And I sent it to them, and sure enough, it showed up.
It showed up. Gerald Marr says hi from Louisiana. As a kid, I lived in Rogue River, was polluted and stagnant. We swam in Applegate. Yeah, Grants Pass is pretty nice. It's right in the mountains. I'm going to get a Samsung S21 5G Ultra. Yeah, those are pretty cool. I think they're about $1,500, aren't they? You know,
which is great if you have 5G.
Yeah.
I have my phone is also 5G. I actually turned off 5G because you get better service. Otherwise, it's constantly searching for 5G, which doesn't exist in my area. And it also extends your battery if you don't have 5G turned on and manually turn it back to the 4G.
Right. Ola says, I was there in 71, 78. Winter in Roger was fine then. I love my Redwood Highway. And Vale, of course, you remember Vale. Vale is my partner in crime at our resort in Silveridge, and we do the tech work together. He says museum piece. Now, I think where he's coming with this is of course he's an Apple guy and has all the Apple stuff. So I suspect he's probably referring to the fire tablets as museum pieces.
He's talking about us,
or maybe he's talking about us. Vale wouldn't do that. Vale's a nice guy, he wouldn't say that about us.
He's probably talking about the original one that you own. Question is, when are you putting it up for auction?
It's sitting here. I got it. Yeah, I got it. I should have fired it up. We'll see what Richard says. It is $575. What, are you stealing it? Who's got it on for $575? Interesting. Right. Good. All right. Are you guys ready to go over some news articles?
Yeah, let's talk
wanna do
about some
that?
tech.
Yep.
Let's talk
All
some
right, let's
tech.
talk. You want to talk some tech? All right, let me
Yep.
share my screen. We will share the screen.
Go on, take the lower third off.
Yeah, we'll do that. Oh, hold on. I gotta do this. There we go. Now I can even take that off.
There we go.
Let me see. Now you had said, Hewie, if I brought that
Control
up,
Control plus.
right?
And you do it several times.
Does that look pretty good?
Didn't change.
Didn't do nothing. You can also hold the control key and turn the mouse wheel.
Let me see here. Oh, I know it. Okay, hold on here. Here we go. There we go. How's that? Look better?
Yep.
Yep. Right there.
The screen's I gotta actually have a, because I'm using multiple screens here. It's changing the wrong screen. All right, let's go back up here and have a look. Oh, so here's
Actually, you were on one there that I wanted to talk about, but
I went up to the top. For those of you who don't know, this is our Tech for Senior webpage. This is our Tech for Senior Facebook page where we post all the articles that we're going to talk about. Now, I wanted to talk about this. This just came online this morning, and I really wanted Bob's opinion on this and you guys, because listen, this was a very interesting article. This was about a fella, and you see him sitting there. You can see him sitting there in this chair, and you see the little chair here in front of him.
Yeah.
You see this little chair? All right. So here's what happened: is he's on Facebook, and he sees this ad for this chair here, right? But he doesn't know that it's a little chair, and he buys it on the Facebook ad. All right. And then what happens is he buys it on the Facebook ad and pays for it through PayPal. All right. Then it takes forever to come, right? 3 months to come from China. And when he gets it, it's not like a chair like he thinks it is. It's this tiny, tiny little chair, right? He got scammed. So he went and argued that with PayPal, and they weren't super supportive, and ultimately he didn't get anywhere with PayPal, and he ended up with this little chair. So I guess my and I want to tell you my experience, because I personally had an experience exactly the same. I ordered a little sprinkler, a little fountain for my for the bird bath, and it was sort of a solar thing. And again, it took 3 months to come, and I never got it. It actually never got it, and I put an appeal in with PayPal, and because they were supposed to support me and all that sort of stuff, and ultimately they said, well, the seller, the Chinese company, said they delivered it. And I said, well, I never got it. I don't know where they delivered it. It never came. And I lost it. They never paid up either. So I guess my question to Bob, I mean, I trust PayPal because I do a lot of transactions and use their online stuff. But I'm a little bit, if I have problems with Amazon, I know I never do. I order, like Hewie and Bob orders tons of stuff on Amazon, and I never have any problems. And if I ever get into anything, I just phone them up. Usually the products, they redeliver it for me or whatever I want. But this is a huge problem, particularly ordering on Facebook when you're getting this stuff that's sent. Now, I use PayPal for Home Depot and for a lot of regular people that I'm buying services from. But I'm a little nervous. What do you think, Bob? Have you had any experiences with this?
I actually use my PayPal on Amazon.
Oh.
So it's going through Amazon, and if I have a problem, I go to Amazon and have them worry about it with PayPal. Right. But on many of these things where people wind up getting scammed is because they're not using common sense. If the chair he expected to get costs $100, and he now sees a chair and it's costing $10, Number one, use a little common sense. And number two, read the fine print. It usually describes the article, but if you don't read it, you're assuming. And most of you already know you don't assume, because when you assume, you make an A out of you and me. So, assumption is never a good thing.
I've ordered several things from Facebook ads, and I've had pretty good luck.
Have
It
you?
was usually items, little gimmicks and gadgets and so on. And I've ordered them, and they've come from China. They've taken a long time to get here, but they finally show up, and they were what I expected. Lately, though, I bit on something that I knew. I said, if I get it, I will be surprised. But it was I didn't realize it was a $300 item, but I knew it was quite a bit more expensive than the $29, I think, or $25 I paid for an ice making machine that's on a counter. It'll make so much ice cubes. And I said, well, worst comes to worst, maybe it'll make one ice cube an hour or something. So I bid for it, and I didn't get it. And it was months and months. And I finally got a package, and I was quite sure it was the same because it came from a forwarding company. So I couldn't even tell if it was what I ordered or not, because I ordered so many things, I wasn't sure. But I narrowed it down to that, and it was a watch, probably a $5 regular watch. But that's what I got, and I knew if I tried to fight it, they would have said, well, you received the package. We have a receipt that you received it. And so I wouldn't get my money back. So I figured I lost my money there. And then there was another one. I ordered some kind of a big wooden stand for my laptop that was adjustable, and I got a couple of little metal stands. And again, I got the product. It's not what I expected to get, but I didn't think I'd win, so I didn't even try to fight it. But I've gotten some pretty neat things that I've gotten that were fine. It just took a long time to get here.
Bait and switch is not really something you can fight.
But there is a neat website that I found, and it's called scamadvisor.com.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And if you put in the address or the name of the domain of the company that you're buying it from, so when you go to the ad and it shows the name of the company, put that in, and it will come back and it'll tell you, it's a 40% chance that it's real, and is 100%, and there's in between, and it explains the various reasons they give it the points they do give it. And I found that some of them say, well, they've only had a website for less than a month, and probably not a good place to get it, or there's been some bad opinions about it. So do some research before you spend your money.
The next one is this article we were talking about before the show, which was sort of interesting. This came out this morning on Bloomberg, and this is bottom line is Amazon has a terms of service that if you purchase something on Amazon, you can't sue the company. You have to do their dispute resolution mechanism to deal with the issue. This came up with the Echo devices and listening to your voice. And there was a legal firm, I think it was in Chicago, who did a lot of advertising around the United States and got about 75,000 people to sue Amazon regarding this. And the courts just allowed it to go ahead as a class action suit rather than a dispute mechanism. However, once those people understood that the main reason for Amazon was collecting their voice data was to make the product they were using better, in other words, they could play it back and reuse it and make the product better, a lot of them dropped the suit. Any thoughts on that, you guys? What Bob, I don't really worry. I've got an Echo device in every room. I really don't worry about that. Do you?
No, if you're that worried about it, unplug the device when you don't need it and plug it back in the second you do.
Yeah.
I have too many things that I use it for.
That's correct. Same
Yeah,
here.
I couldn't function in life. Besides, it's nice to me in the morning.
If you are really that worried about your privacy and data collection, don't even go on the internet. Plain and
Absolutely.
simple. That's what it comes down to.
Mhm. This is just to let everybody know that Fitbit, for those of you, I'm a watch person. I love the watches. If you do have a Fitbit Sense and Versa 3, there's a big upgrade coming in the operating system. Make sure you upgrade it, and it's going to give you, there will be an app on there to measure your blood oxygen level. Right now, it has to be through another app. So there's going to be an app specific to your oxygen saturation. So, and they're all bringing out, so going to let you know if you snore. There's a snoring evaluation. So any snorers out there, this could be an upgrade. So just let you know there is an upgrade coming.
I get that for free right now.
Yeah, I was just going to say, Bob, I think it was Bob mentioned when you put that on Facebook that he has one built in. It's called his wife.
That's correct.
And the elbow in the side.
Yep.
That's it. Yeah.
And it works. It works.
Hey,
it's actually reciprocal.
Yeah. Well, hey, listen. So, Hewie, what the heck is this all about?
You know what? I was listening to the pundits, Thurrott and Mary. I don't know what's her name.
Mary Jo Foley.
Mary Jo Foley.
Yeah.
Probably the two best Microsoft reviewers and viewers out there, and they aren't quite sure what Microsoft is launching. They have announced that there is a new Windows going to be announced on June 24th at a special meeting, and they're trying to figure out what it is and what it's going to do. This article says it's Windows 11 instead of Windows 10. Others think it might just be renaming the 21 H2 later on in the year, but they don't seem to think that way. They think it's going to be a different version. Some people are saying, well, maybe it's just a end user version, and it's not going to be for the enterprise. They're going after those of us who are users rather than the big enterprise with a slightly different operating system. They're going to update the way it looks and so on. Is it going to cost? Is it going to be different? Is it going to run on everything we have now? Is it going to be something new? Is it in lieu of the Windows X that Microsoft has stopped plans on releasing? So no one seems to know. We're going to have to wait till June 21st, or maybe something leaks before then.
Cloud-based is what I think they're going to be announcing.
I heard, and one of them, they said that cloud-based is still in the works, and this is not a part of that either.
So Hewie, this isn't the cloud-based. We talked, because you talked about this. Remember when you broke the story, and we've done lots of on our Tech for Senior on the Monday show. You've talked a lot about this. This is not what they're referring to. We
don't think so.
Okay.
The pundits don't think so. No one seems to know exactly what it is. They've kept it under wraps pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And
they ain't talking, so everybody's speculating.
Yeah. So there's all kinds of rumors flying around, but no one knows for sure.
I just hope they don't break something. If I have to download a version, I wish they'd go away and leave me alone. Everything works fine. I just don't want to have to deal with this.
Well, and I don't want them to change anything too drastically that I got to learn it all before I can start helping people with it.
Yeah. All right. So more on that. I guess that'll make for some lot more news articles. This is from The Verge, which is a pretty reputable source, eh? Yeah.
There's definitely coming. They did announce at the latest Microsoft. I forgot what their build conference.
Yep.
A week or so ago, they announced that this was coming. And so now the articles are coming out about the fact that it was announced the date is going to be the 24th of June, but they aren't saying what it is exactly.
All right. So Chrome OS 91, of course, Bob's been on this for a while. He's not the insider. You're on what do you call the beta version?
Beta. Yep.
Right. Well, I just got on my my Pixel book. Just got my OS 91. What do you have yours, Hewie?
Yeah, I did it on both of our Chromebooks, Robin's Acer and my Dell. I updated to they are now 20. They are 91
91. Eh?
version of the one. Yep.
Now, Bob, have you done any? You can. The only real thing that I noticed. I mean, there's probably a lot of behind the scenes stuff, but there's this share thing now where you can share to your phone. You can easily share files between your phone and your Chromebook. Have you done that, Bob? I mean, I'm just trying to think of an application. I don't do that.
I don't do it either. It's there. Yeah. I can use it, but to me, the phone is for answering phone calls. Yeah. I do very little. I'll look and see, but then I usually wind up going to the Chromebook, or if I want anything to be done, at least it has to be the size of the Chromebook.
Right.
I not much on doing anything where I have to do typing and all of that stuff on my phone. Right. Just doesn't happen.
All right. Hey, Bob, have you noticed anything else in 91 that's different there, or something that we should be aware of?
No, not really. Lots of updates, bug fixes, that kind of stuff. Some security enhancements. They've enhanced the your passwords are better protected now because they can also do password protection. Mm-hmm. They're almost the same as if you were using a password manager, provided, of course, you stick with that particular operating or that particular browser. Mm-hmm. They don't go from one browser to the next. So if you save your passwords in Chrome and then start using Firefox, don't expect your passwords to be there. Mm-hmm. Whereas if you had a password manager, that's a different story.
Right. The story. Amazon Sidewalk. Bob, tell us about Sidewalk.
Sidewalk, a good way for them to share lots of things if it's turned on, and it's no longer sharing in your immediate area. This is greatly expands the capability of interconnecting with same devices. And if you're not comfortable with it, as I wasn't, then you'll do what I recommended, and that's to turn the sucker off.
I don't remember turning it off, but I did check, and mine is turned off. I thought by default, it's on, and you have to opt out as opposed to opting in. But on mine, it was turned off. Yeah.
Yep.
So I'm going to keep checking and make sure that I'm opted out.
So my house number, I think I told you guys this before, but I have a dyslexic Amazon driver, and my house number is 69, and the guy at the upper part of the street that I live on, he's 96, and always getting them mixed up, right? So I'm hoping that if I leave it on, does that mean that the Amazon driver is going to find my house easier? What do you think? Because they're talking about it. Maybe it's helping the Amazon drivers find your place, eh?
It might mean that the guy who lives at 96 is going to get even more of your packages. You're lucky 96 is actually honest and is giving you all your packages back.
Oh yeah. That's
we don't always have those kind of nice ways of ending misdelivered packages.
Right. Bob's got a video on this. I'm not going to play it right now because I think I want to do some more news articles first. But but he's got a video on how to turn this off. So we might just Bob, you could probably we'll put it on the Facebook page as well. I didn't do that. I should have done that this morning, but we can put the link on the Facebook page as well. Bob's been spending money. So tell us about your new. Have you got it yet?
No. I just put the information out there. I bought their little handheld one.
Oh, okay.
And very shortly afterwards, they now released this one. And this one is, it's full size.
Oh, okay. So you didn't order this one?
No. No,
Oh.
this one is also, I think, $119. The one I bought is nowhere near that.
All right. Yeah, but we've got our vacuums, the other vacuums as well.
Wise also has some night lights that I thought were interesting.
Yes,
I didn't order them because
I did.
I live in a very small place and we really don't need them. But I guess you actually tack up a magnet to the wall, and then this attaches to a magnet, so you can actually, if you have extra magnets around, you can move them around. But you can have them almost anywhere as you want. They're battery operated, and the batteries are supposed to last a year,
Yeah, I
and
have
they're
some.
rechargeable.
I have some steps outside, nowhere near an outlet or anything. And these don't require that you plug it in someplace because they work on a rechargeable battery.
Yeah.
And I will mount these on the steps, and they're motion sensitive. So they're not going to work unless somebody's there, and they only work when it's dark out. And they're very reasonable in price.
Yeah, it was like 3 for what, $25, something like that.
Yep.
Let's just do it. Sorry, go ahead. Sorry, Huey, go ahead.
No, go ahead. No, go ahead.
I was just going to say, do you want to do a few comments? They're
let's do it.
piling
Yeah.
up. Richard said he went through he got a deal. He's got a trade-in on that. That price is with a trade-in.
Oh.
I thought it was pretty cheap. I never had any problems with Amazon at all. They were always, Amazon. Oh man, I just phone them up and they're really, really, really good. I think they pride themselves on customer satisfaction. I've had issues with PayPal too. Yeah, it's I don't know. I just don't as far as I like the security of PayPal and I use that all the time, but I don't think they have my back when I'm ordering products that I might need to return. We have been amazed how quickly Amazon gets purchases to us on Prime. Yeah, that's true. They do get I should tell everyone though, they don't have Prime in Canada this year. And we're also not doing 2-day delivery because of the COVID. The warehouses were they had no one to work in them, and delivery was a really big problem. So hopefully we get that back soon. Richard says Facebook sponsored ads are very suspicious. Some have viruses attached to them. Some are not worth the ads. Well, yes. Some are just out and out lies. Lots of comments on that. Olive, do we need to opt out of Alexa licensing before June 8th? Listening. What's the deal on that, Bob?
If you don't want them to use that feature, opt out.
Well, I don't think you can, Bob. I think you have to turn it off. I don't think you can opt out. You just turn it off.
You have to turn it off. Correct.
Right.
It's not. Yeah, but it's not listening. It's the Sidewalk.
Correct.
And the Sidewalk connects. Let's say you have a camera on the outside of your building. You have the Ring doorbell. It connects all of that to outside of your neighborhood. So it makes a whole network out of that, and that kind of information is shared. So if people leave packages outside your door, and those pictures are on your camera, that may be also in this network where people can see where things are left and the fact that things were left.
Right. But it's part of the app that you can't opt out of that, so you just turn it off.
No, you turn it off.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't have issues. I don't have issues with Echo Show devices. Other YouTube app on TV asks for new permissions to update this morning. Our YouTube asks on the TV asks for yes. Their permissions are always coming. Pat says, "Thank you for asking your granddaughter, Pat. Maybe she or someone in your area would like to be a guest on tech." Yeah. We were happy to have.
That was a grand. She mentioned her granddaughter worked for Microsoft.
Yeah. Works closer. That'd be good if we get some from Microsoft that come on the show. That'd be cool, eh?
Yeah.
Works good. Yeah. Okay.
You can't get them to come to a club meeting.
Yeah. Chrome 91 works integration with Workspace. Okay. Sarah just texted me back and said she probably will not be called. Oh, okay. Sarah just texted me and said it'll probably not be called Windows 11, but she's
Yep.
under an NDA right now.
Yep.
Right. Wouldn't that be cool? You heard it first on Tech for Senior, right?
Yep. So it's not going to be Windows 11.
Thanks, Pat. Thanks, Pat, for the
Yep.
the comments there.
That's what I mentioned earlier this morning. There will not be a Windows 11. Eventually, they'll break their promise of not there being a new type of Windows, just like somebody else broke their promise of there will always be free, unlimited storage of your photos. But,
oh, who said that? Who said that, Bob?
I don't want to mention Google's name, but
yeah, who said that? This is the article. I even did a video on the.
Well, show my little 6-second video on there.
Which
I know
one?
it was in the middle column, not the end column, right there.
Oh, right here. Okay, yeah. This is Life as a Senior is Fun.
There's no sound to it. It's just animated thing that I put together with a couple of things on. I forgot what I even used to put it together on, but I have a lot of those little video programs and things that'll put things together. So I like to play with them.
Is that a GIF?
Yeah, that happens to be. Yeah, I can't remember. That might have been Canva. I did that with, and you have the choice of downloading either as a MP4 or an animated GIF.
Could I embed that onto our website?
That one?
Yeah.
I think it's just cute. It's on the Facebook page. I don't think it needs to be on the website.
Okay.
You can if you want.
I thought it's sort of cool. I thought, yeah. Okay, Fire. I've done that. We have talked about the new Budget King 2021 Fire. That's the article. So those, if you're interested in more information about this, it's all these articles right on our Facebook page. You come and you click this and you'll hear all about it. So,
did you notice what Michael Daniels has posted?
Yeah. In the comments.
Oh, we got nice job, fellas. He gave us, yeah, that's good. Thanks a lot. How did I miss that? Coming down. Thanks, you guys, for letting me know. Thank you, Michael. Thanks for
put it up on the screen. Put it up on the lower.
I will.
There you go.
We made $5 today.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Michael Daniels.
Divided by 3. Pretty good.
Yeah.
It's a hell of a lot more than the normal salary.
Michael's head must be a little swollen this morning. Did you guys listen to the Michael Daniels show yesterday?
No, I didn't. I had my presentation to do.
And I was listening to Hewie's presentation.
Well, Michael said this week that he couldn't do the show. He was just too busy, and there was just so much happening with his baseball and everything. He couldn't do the show. So guess who his partner in crime did a tribute to Michael Daniels yesterday. So she told about all the great things Michael did on the show and and it was a tribute to Michael. So it was quite interesting. I was there, and a lot of the tinkering group was all there. So it was interesting. And so his head's probably a bit swollen today with all the nice things that we said about him. We have to get him back. He was a lot of fun. We should get him back on the show again, eh?
Yes.
I wonder if he'd come back. Were we nice to him?
Yes, he even thanked us.
Did he?
Yeah. And now he thanked us with a donation. Just what you just posted.
There you go. We'll get him back on the show, and we'll have. This is the same article on Fitbit Versa. Yeah. This is some Apple Watch notification stuff that I put on there. Prime Day, yes. Do we need to talk any more about Prime Day?
Nope.
Are you sending us money? Then we'll talk more about it.
Yeah.
Oh, Murray's on. Murray says, good morning from beautiful British Columbia. It is. It's nice. We often get Victoria's weather, and then the sun's out. It looks pretty nice. Yeah. Let's see what else we got here. Why seniors can't sleep and how to get help. I put this up there for a specific purpose. I just want to let people know, as a physician, I talked to seniors for years about sleeping problems, because sleeping problems are perfectly, like probably 95% of seniors have sleeping problems, right? And so a lot of what I talked to people about was sleeping issues and how to help with that. And most of these watches, such as the Apple Watch and the Samsung and the Fitbit, all have sleep analysis on them. And then there's other apps that sort of follow up to that and help. And all I'm saying is that it might be worthwhile trying them. I'm not saying it works great for everybody, right? But it is available. And if you do have a smartwatch like one of those I just mentioned, I would encourage you, maybe if you're having sleep problems, it might be helpful for you. I'm not saying it works for everybody, but it might be. So I thought that's the reason I brought that article up, was I thought that might be interesting.
To go along with that, all three of us have been speakers at user group meetings, which of course we haven't done now in well over a year. Hopefully they'll be starting again. But if you have sleeping problems, go to one of those meetings. You can look around, and there's usually 2 or 3 people who fall sound asleep during the meeting.
Yes, indeed.
Robin says when she hears me talking, she goes sound asleep too. So she loves hearing my voice, and it helps her go to sleep. So, I guess listening to me and listening to my videos will put you right out.
Unlike Ron, I'm not a doctor. My cure for my not being able to sleep like I'd like to, Friday night and Saturday night, I take a dose of NyQuil. 2 nights a week, I sleep like a baby. But that's all I will use. It is just those 2 nights.
This is an article, and I put this on for Ray because, of course, Ray, is our music director, but and he's really into vinyl records. And I thought this was interesting. This was an article on new to vinyl records. Here's what you need to know. I don't know if Ray saw that article, but it's it was sort of cool. And I don't know. Do you guys use? Do you guys? I'm sort of into streaming everything now. I mean,
I still have quite a few of the old vinyl, not new ones, the old ones. Talking about 1950s, 60s. But I don't have a record player anymore.
What are we going to play them on?
I had a really good oldies collection in 45s, and probably in the 1980s. I'm just trying to think when it was. It was probably in the early 80s. I put an ad in Billboard magazine. I sold the whole collection to an oldies DJ in Hawaii. He paid the postage. It was I had a huge collection, and I had index cards for every one of them.
But you used to be a radio broadcaster, didn't you, Hewie?
Well, I was. That was my desire to be, but I never did really get into it. I worked in radio stations. I was a gopher, and I helped in a college radio station. I actually put one together, and it is now a full FM station. But when we did it, we sat in a room with a microphone and a PA system and a tape recorder and taped some music, and then played it through the loudspeaker system in the student union. That was our first radio station at the college.
I actually have an FAA license to operate a radio station, something I did before I graduated high school. Never ever did anything with it.
Really?
But I still have. It's a lifetime license, so
cool.
I still have it.
FCC. I had to have one. As I said, I was a gopher. Sunday mornings, I had to open up the radio station. It was a daytimer, and so they were off the air during the night. I had to go in Sunday mornings. I was the one that went in, opened up the door, and put some recorded music, put something on the turntable. But I had to turn on the transmitter. And in order to do that, I had to have that license.
Yep.
And I probably still have it. I still have it somewhere.
Yeah, it's a lifetime license.
Yeah.
Cool. Now the other thing is, if you figure how many tens of thousands of radio stations there are in the United States, they must have boxes and boxes and boxes of vinyl records, right? What's going to happen with all that old stuff?
They're coming back.
Really?
They have new turntables that will make your head spin. Not only the record, but vinyl is actually, making a comeback.
Let's see what else we got here. There's your art.
Yep.
There we go. How do I connect? Oh, yes. Chris Gould had a great video. She put a video out from from Geeks on Tour. How do I connect a Bluetooth speaker? So we put that. We linked it onto our Facebook page. So if you want to watch and have a look at that video, that's a great one.
I have a question. Since a lot of the people who are on here, plus all three of us, deal with user groups, and user groups are going to start doing hybrid meetings. And Bob, I think I asked this on something you were on the other day. The biggest problem with having hybrid meetings in the live meeting is if somebody wants to speak, or you've got a speaker, or people are going to ask questions, you can use the camera or a webcam very easily, but the microphoning is a problem. The sound, getting to what people say, being able to hear it. If you have a live speaker and you're doing a hybrid meeting, how are the people in Zoom going to be able to hear them? You have to have some kind of a microphone. My idea is maybe is a Bluetooth microphone, and I asked if anybody had used one, and Bob, I think it was you mentioned that you've not had good results with them.
Not with the Bluetooth. Usually when I do it, I'm hooked into their sound system. And they also usually have a mic that they hand around to the audience. So when they ask their questions, but since I'm hooked into their sound system, they hear me. When they ask a question and they use the mic, which is hooked into the same sound system, I have no problems hearing them. And if that's all working through Zoom, then you actually have an interconnected. The only problem you have is if you have people in the audience who are also using their computer and wind up with audio, then you get the great big feedback. That's always been the biggest problem. As long as you can control that, the sound really isn't a big problem with hybrid meetings.
Well, it'll be different, and different sound systems work differently, and sometimes you don't pick up the sound from the sound system in Zoom. It's too far away, or it's still, there's a distance issue, or they have to keep, so there isn't feedback. They have to keep it down, because if their speakers are too loud and your voice is coming through it, you are going to get feedback as well.
Right.
And Dwight Johnson said they had a problem this morning in Oklahoma with that exact issue. So I think what we'll probably need to do is maybe do a show about this, or what's the best way to do a hybrid meeting. I think there's lots of things that we need to talk about before this fall season starts up again. Maybe best practices on doing a hybrid meeting, figure out what the best approach is, but obviously it's going to be a problem, eh?
It's kind of strange that they had that problem in Oklahoma. I was their speaker last week, and we had that problem for 2 seconds, and then they turned off that system that was on and giving us the feedback, and that was the end of the problem.
Mm-hmm. Then the last one, we've only got about 4 minutes left, but I wanted to, this is sort of a big, this is a big topic here. This is Germany could subsidize, and I put this on because, of course, we're broadcasting to Germany today. So I thought, we'll get some German news. This will be cool. Germany could subsidize internet satellite receiver dishes for customers. And one of the things that I'm concerned about is the inequality if you don't have a fast, reliable internet. And as you look around Canada, United States, Germany, wherever, if you don't have the ability to communicate through internet, then it can affect your education, it can affect your job prospects, it can affect your ability to get news information, all sorts of things that is going to be a huge problem for you if you don't have a reliable internet. And I guess that really comes down to how much are the governments going to be doing to make sure that in fact everyone has an equal opportunity. And that's and I think that's some of the things Canada's looking at, and obviously Germany is as well, is that issue. And so I thought I would bring that up. That was an interesting article. I don't know what they're going to do with this, but you guys have any brief comments? We only got 2 minutes left.
First thing is make it available throughout the entire country.
Right.
Until you have it available, subsidizing is fine for those that can't afford it. But if it's not available to start off with, there's nothing to subsidize.
Right. Well, Starlink, you remember we reported last week, Starlink is now in Arizona, which is pretty far south. So I got to believe that it's pretty good. It must be all over the United States now, right?
Yeah, I mean, and the U.S. government did give a grant to Starlink to help them develop the system they're working on.
Yeah.
So I think it was 900,000. Was it 900,000? I think it was $900,000.
Right.
That's peanuts.
900 million. I can't remember what the number was, but it was a lot of money.
Well, now they're talking. Everything now gets talked about is trillions. So anything with millions and billions is really peanuts.
Except when I look at my bank account.
Well, then I worry about dollars.
And I have no sense.
Olive says, remember to put the batteries in. Exactly.
Yep.
And Pat would like to know. Yeah, Pat said, I'd like to know some more about hybrid meetings. I think it's a big topic, you guys. I think that it's something that between now and the fall we need to deal with, and maybe come up with some more information on that.
Yeah,
you're going to have Ray. Not Ray Baxter. We just had Ray on. Who's coming up?
Bill James.
Bill James. And Bill James, they currently are having hybrid meetings.
Ah, okay. We'll have to ask Bill and get Bill. The other said there is coverage here. So I guess Starlink is in Europe as well. Well, yeah. Well, I mean, why wouldn't it be? It would be all around the world, right?
Yep.
So I mean,
and I did mention, I think, in one of my reports that it was made available in several European countries recently.
Yeah, lots of things happening. Are we going to get a Starlink report on Monday, Hewie?
I think so. I haven't put it together. There's a couple of things I want to do for Monday, and I just haven't gotten it together yet.
All right. Listen, it's 10 o'clock.
Wow.
Time to go.
Yeah.
I want to thank everyone for coming today, listening to us ramble on and on and on. Maybe we had a good cup of coffee. I had a great cup of coffee. How was your coffee, you guys?
Mine was just
gone.
Mine was just as good as always.
All right, everyone. So listen, you guys stick around for just a second after we end the broadcast, and then I will. We'll see everybody on Monday for Tech for Senior on our Monday show. If you don't know about that, that is broadcast through a Zoom meeting, or it is also on our YouTube channel. The information is on www.techforsenior.com. This meeting is recorded, and it's recorded now live. It's sort of what you get is what you got, and we don't edit it, and it's the bare facts. And so that's what you got. And we will see everybody back in about a week. And I think if I got my apples and ducks all organized, I think John Kennedy is going to be our guest speaker.
That's what you said. He's going to be.
Yeah, he's going to be on next Thursday, and that will be APCUG. He's an APCUG speaker. He's a good guy, and so it should be fun having John on. That'll be fun.
He's a Linux person.
Yeah, he can talk to us all about
Get your Linux questions ready.
Exactly.
And one of his nicknames is Free John. Yep. He loves free software, so he'll have lots of ideas of some software for us to use.
Great. All right.
And you got somebody at the front door, so it's time to go.
Time to go. Bye now.